Hello Aries, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be a reading going from the 20th of March through to the 26th of March, the first week of Aries season. Happy birthday to all you Aries out there who are having your birthdays this week. A real transition month for you, going from one year to another. Special happy birthday goes out to my mum and my brother, who were both born on the same day, actually. And I'll tell you what, growing up with two Aries born on the same day, boah. Thing is, my dad's a Virgo and my sister's a Virgo, so I got two Aries and two Virgos, and I'm in the middle, you know. So happy birthday! Let's just connect to that energy that is all around us. Excellent, and as it goes through, there we go. It's fully charged. So just connecting and allowing the chakra man to come through. This is going to be a reading. We're going to go into your chakras, your aura, and then we're going to be finishing off with a tarot reading at the end. So stay with us just to that. Let's just see what's going on with that. Thank you very much, by the way, for your support for this channel, subscribing, clicking that bell, and everything else that goes along with it. Let's just get into those sort of chakras here. This is the root chakra. Sorry, I was just getting into the shape and the form. It's the most defined root chakra to all the cardinal signs that I've done so far, and the one connecting point, which seems to be connecting for a lot of people, and I'm wondering whether this has got to do with this pole shift energy and stuff like that. Whether this because the root chakra is really pulling up, but in a very defined way. So there seems to be a lot of clarity of where you want to be, what sort of things you want in your life in this coming year. And it's really coming together now and sort of streamlining and getting into really sort of good rhythm that's going to sort of drive you on your path of your desires, through the foundation of feeling really rooted in those desires. It's really nice, really nice actually, sort of Aries. Great for your birthday season start. The opening up of your sacrum, this has been the same for everybody. These desires, these fundamental desires, so basically a fundamental desire is I'm hungry, I'd like to eat. And your heart's desire is what do I want in the sandwich? That's the sort of thing. And here is your heart's desires, and there is I think there's quite a few here, and I think it is very broad, and it could be as broad as in the sense I want to be happy. It could be that sort of broadness of it, and you're starting on that road, you're getting the locomotive moving and heading in that direction. It's well defined, and it's certainly got a sharpness to it that sort of allows you to cut through the stuff that's holding you back or has been holding you back over the last year. But there's not one thing that jumps out. As I say, I think it's very broad. It's like a very large sword in a way. Rather than sort of like a cutting, sort of like a fencing sword that's very pointed. I think it's getting that way, and I think that's going to sort of come out in the next sort of 2 weeks. Let's just see what's going on in your solar plexus. I was going to say sacrum then. Solar plexus. That's really wide at the moment, so there's a lot of potential in that. There's a lot of beautiful, lovely, confident energy within you. It's as if you are in that emperor position. You're sat there and just sort of, yes, this is my space, as it were. And you don't have to prove anything to the world around you. You just have to be, in a way. There's not much passion coming out as yet. There's a huge amount of energy and a huge amount of potential in there. It's really white. It's beautiful. But there's not a lot of flames, as it were, at the top. So there's not so much as interaction with other people that are around you. but more a case of nurturing that sort of confidence and that possibilities that you install in yourself, but you install in everybody around you. If anybody's going to get anything done, that Aries is definitely going to get it done. They're not going to hold back. They're like that. They're just very matter of fact about it. Come up, let's just get it on. Let's get it moving, get it done. Sort of thing. And that's what's really is the beauty about Aries. It's that ram that saves those children in the Greek story. And it takes the decision upon themselves in order to do it. And they're not frightened of anybody, really. They're just frightened of losing people on the road. That's all. I would welcome this confidence within you. Let's just see what's going on in your heart sort of chakra. This is the best one I've seen as well. You're on a real, I think you've got it made this week. A lot of things your heart chakra is really dovetailing your heart's desires together, and it makes for a really beautiful sort of pointed heart. And I think this has to do with that transition with Pluto and stuff like that as well. It's almost as if you've taken your time to really prune yourself, to get all your feathers in the right position. And it's like the peacock that opens up, and it can also sort of have the peacocks where the tail closes down, and you've got that aspect of it where the tail is closing down, but the rest of it is really open, and it's like you're open to everybody else that is around you. Really, really nice. You seem to have your finger on the pulse of your heart's desires, which is beautiful. The third eye and the throat chakra, very calm. You might find yourself being at, as I say, with that confidence, that at one and at ease with yourself. So you do not have a lot of mental activity going around that's serving nothing, that's just running you ragged. It's very third eye and throat chakra. So there's a lot of communication going on there because the throat chakra is nice and buoyant. There's a lot of good energy in there. And it's a lot of practical speech, conversations with people, not really getting fussed by anything, not getting triggered by anything, just sort of really being open and being that solid person that you are. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra. That's beautiful as well. You're in a really good place here, Aries. I think this is a really good way to start your birthday season. And if your birthday is coming up in the rest of Aries, take this time to enjoy life. Take this time to absorb everything, to realize what sort of thing you want to be living next year. What sort of emotions do you want to be experiencing? What sort of activities do you want to be doing? What do you want to be doing with your job, with your house, with your relationships? All of those sort of aspects at the moment. That's what you should be concentrating on. If your birthday's after the 26th, that's the sort of thing that you should be sort of getting concrete within you, and allow that to install that confidence within you. Let's just see what's going on your aura. So this is this Tuesday thing that's going on. So I'm going to be doing a special on that on Sunday, with Tuesday, which is the equinox at that moment there as well. So I'm going to do a special collective reading on Sunday night to just see what that is and what's going on into that. Let's just see with the rest of the aura. There's a definite recognition of something within the relationship side. There's a realization, I think, on the relationship side. Or no, it's on the financial side. I do apologize. Financial side of your life. And it might be the triggering of plans within you, a triggering of a journey towards the goal that you want to be doing this year. After that, there's this sort of protection thing, this sort of this protection in the sense that you are going where you should be going, or you feel like you're completely on the right path, and that just breeds auto protection within you. And I'm not sure if it's going to come all the way down through your aura, but it's certainly at the top of you, at the top of your aura, which gives you that sort of sense of stability within you. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just see where the energy is running. It's running towards your heart in both sense. So the overall energy that's flowing through your aura is really running towards that heart. And I would allow that heart to be really precise. Really enjoy this week, Aries. I really do think that would be the best thing for you. Let's just see what's going on with your tarot cards. Right, so here's the overall energies for this week. This is the karmic message for your relationship side. This is the karmic message for your material side. This is how the universe influences. This is how your guides or your past influences it. This is how your guides influence that conversation that is within you, that subconscious conversation that is within you. And there you have Petal 10, which is the overall outcome. How does it all sort of come together? So let's just see what's going on for you, Aries. Let's just see. That definitely just wants to come out. Death and rebirth. It's the end of one cycle going into the other. So we're starting into Aries season, and this is what it's all about. It's putting into action the plans that you should have been laying over the past month and a half, 2 months, basically, depending on when your birthday is within the Aries season. And the overall energy here is kind of sort of saying, okay, we're all stocked up. Now's time to start the motor running. Get the motor running and head out on the highway. Getting back to that song. So, yeah, it's a definite opening up for you. That just wants to come out as well. Magician. This is the karmic message on your relationship side. And as I say, I think you're open to everything. And when you're open to everything, all of a sudden you can then start pick and choosing, manifesting the things that's going to lead you in the direction of your heart's desires. And to do this, I think, although you should be really focused on your goal, at the same time, don't be afraid to sort of stand tall, stand proud, and just see what's going on around you. Because there may be opportunities, or there may be situations that are around you, could be within your relationship, as much within your financial sort of side, where you can seize upon them that contributes to, following that direction for your heart's desires. And the universe is starting, and the universe it's the Knight of Pentacles, so it's a long-term plan. So it's planting those seeds for tomorrow, and the universe is helping you do that. And that's what that death card is all about, starting it. And those seeds are what you can manifest. If you planted 10 seeds of wheat, then at the end of the season, you're going to have 10 ears of wheat. You're going to have, let's say, 100 seeds of wheat. Following year, you're going to have 1,000. The following year, you're going to have 10,000, and etc. and etc. Just at the moment where you're actually manifesting over time enough wheat to provide all the bread and pasta and carbohydrates that you want, and that's how manifestation is. And with your relationships here, it's manifesting good relationships, good long-term relationships, Just as I say that, we pull out the Five of Cups. So, but this is your past. This is how the past is influencing you. I think it's basically a case of sort of letting go of any disappointments in the past year. That's what's sort of being pulled out of your life at the moment. It's being pulled out your way. It's like a big rock, it seems like, that your guides are sort of kind of going, okay, we can move this out of this road here so then you can get past. They're opening up the road. And that's what the Five of Cups is all about as well, because there's a bridge behind there where normally if you let go of those sort of spilt cups, you take the Two of Cups, which is the unification of pure self. Unification of yourself could be the unification with another person as well. And it takes you on to new adventures, basically. And this is what the old thing, the guides are sort of trying to pull out of you. The Star. I think the stars come up for at least 10 of the 12, basically. And you're now igniting within you the logical progression towards your heart's desires, towards your goals or your dreams and aspirations, basically in regards to your relationships. You're reigniting that pleasure, that Two of Cups energy that was within you, and you can manifest, and it is the week to manifest the perfect situation. I don't think it's necessarily, we're not talking about one-to-one love here. We're talking about universal love in a way, more than anything else. And you're just your connection to everything and everyone. I think it's going to be really nice. Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands on your financial side. Four of Wands is a celebration of going through, if you take the Two of Wands is planning a new future, because you've done already a lot of things, you've accomplished a lot. And this is almost a little bit like the Two of Cups, where it's unifying two sides of people who have accomplished things and putting their forces together. That's why it's deemed as the marriage card. But here on the financial side, and it could be a case of striking new deals this week, striking a new contract for your work, or getting that job, or starting that business. That it bodes well for you this week to do that sort of things, to activate plans within you. It's a path that you are going to nurture. You're in it for the long haul, and if anyone's going to do the long haul and really nurture dreams, it is Aries. You don't tend to give up, basically, here the universe is encouraging that as much as it's encouraging on this side here, on the relationship side, the long-term goals, the long-term plans. And it's very similar. I've just noticed that there's very similar attributes between the Knight of Pentacles and the Death card, both sitting on their horses. Obviously, one is black and the other one is white, and it's like that yin yang within you. And the longer term plan is what you're working on in regards to general relationships, I think. It's also coming from this side here. It's that rebirth, or going through a portal. This is what you've got to do within the way of your workspace, of those new contracts and etc. You have the High Priestess, which is coming from the past, which is giving you that clarity of vision now. And it's almost sort of saying here, where your guides are trying to help you to implement the visions of what you've had, of how you want things to be going on from your birthday period, from your birthday for the coming year, and applying that within your life. There is a lot of happiness here that's coming out of this. I think you're going to have a great year, Aries. I really do. I think I said that in your equinox reading, which I did a 3-month reading, which is on our channel. I did a collective one and an individual signs one, but I think I said it on you, for you. I think you're going to have a really good year, and really good in the sense that you're going to feel at home, whole, complete, unified, invigorated. I think it's going to be a really good year, and it looks like it's sort of starting. Wow, the Seven of Wands. Where did that come from? It's defending your position. I think it's a case of this confidence that you're carrying at the moment. I'm going to pull some cards on that, because I'd like to see what's going on with that Seven of Wands, because it's a bit out of character to the rest, to be honest. The only attribute that could have is the Five of Cups there, and it could come from that. It could come from a past situation which you may have to sort of have that confidence to stand up and kind of say, no, sorry, it wasn't like that. I didn't feel like that. You misinterpreted it, or the clear facts show that you did this, and this what caused this problem, and everything like that. It could be like an old separation where it's sort of like you're almost getting full closure on it, and it's defending your position. That's what it's almost could be like, but it does seem out of whack of the rest. Let's see if I can actually sort of see what's coming on there for that. I also think it's like, because the Seven of Wands, you've got the 6 wands underneath. Now, the 6 of wands is all about sort of recognition, sort of success because of hard work done and because of your passions of what you've done. And the 7 of wands is almost as if like you're feeling at one with yourself, and there's people that just want to burst your bubble because that's what they want to do, you know. And it may be a case of that you need to believe in yourself, maybe. Yeah, I think yeah, it says you're gonna, that's the 8 of swords. 8 of swords and the 6 of cups coming from the past as well, on your financial sort of side. What's going on with that? With the 10 of swords, there's something coming to an end for some of you. Something that was not moving. And it's now you, with that confidence that is within you. And to be honest, your energy is absolutely beautiful. Everything seems to be right. I think it's to do with maybe people that just didn't get you. They just didn't get you, Aries. And it's painful. It might have been it's a painful ending. And that's what could tie into that death card. So let's just see what that's about. It's about security, and it's security on your relationship side. So you may feel a little bit, maybe a little bit let down by someone or a situation. Here we go, got the 6 of wands as well. This is coming from that. It's coming from your success. Maybe it's someone who's just been a little bit jealous about you, and that makes you disappointed in a sort of situation. 5 of wands, so that could be conflict. But at the same time, it is also raising up to be the best example of who you are. So you got the 5 of wands, 6 of wands, 7 of wands. It's a progressional sort of thing. I think you might just have a little bit of jealousy going on of for people around you. I'm curious about that 7 of cups. What's going on there? In the past, I think it's a case of something like in the past. Because you invested in a relationship, you might have missed certain opportunities in your life. Yeah, which you were really passionate about. Very passionate about. Let's just see. Yeah, which you had clear vision on. You knew you should have been doing something, and you sort of, it's like you sort of let it down, or you turned your back to it because of love. Let's just see. I'd like to have a quick look what's going on that 10 of cups. So the 10 of cups is, this 8 of swords is about being stuck a little bit as well. I think it's also sort of like someone needs to have a good look at themselves. And I'm not sure it's you, actually, to be honest. I think that's what you were looking for. And it did come, may have just come out of the blue. The King of Wands want to come out as well, and those two are going to come together. So it's messages that came out that nurtured that whole idea of constantly believing in the best possibilities. And sometimes you can get disappointed, Aries. There's no doubt about it. Sometimes life can really disappoint you. But here I think it's a case of someone in the past has disappointed you, and now you're moving on. It's almost as if they're sort of like a little bit jealous about it. That may not be a story for everybody, but it seems a little bit like that for me. Okay. There you go, Aries. Thank you very much for being here. That was a really extended one on the tarot readings. We got loads of cards out. Yeah, thank you very much for being here, subscribing and clicking that bell, and being with us here on the Astroflower. It's so appreciated. In the meantime, I will see you on Sunday. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.